Super Cool Radio.
Hello, everyone. I am Matthew Thomas, coming at you from the trailer of Heartsick here at Michigan Metal Festival. Definitely the most unique place I've done in interviews so far. As I said, we're going to be doing live coverage. That means I'm everywhere here at the Leah Arboretum. My guest this time, making his second appearance here on Super Cool Radio. He is the lead vocalist of Heartsick. Please welcome my man, Alfonso.
What's up, man? You're now in our home, and we're a home away from home.
It's nice you welcome me into your home here at on the road here. Now, I do want to talk about, since we are live on Facebook, you got something cool coming up very soon at 2:00. You'll be performing with a special guest for a band. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I Decide I is the band. They play at 2, and they asked me if I would go up on stage with them and do a song with them, and I said, yeah, sure. So here we are.
Well, that's pretty badass. So how'd that come up? Was that like just the decide of the day, or did they talk to you?
No, they hit me up like a week ago, 2 weeks ago or something. They're like, hey, we want to do this cover. Would you do it with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Right,
I think like a lot of people, like, I don't know that he's gonna. I'm always like, yeah, like of course I want to. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I guess I just don't understand like the hesitation to be like, oh, would you? Like, fuck, ask me, I'm down, whatever.
No, you're definitely, what I've noticed about you, and you guys are Heartsick. You're always about collaboration, helping people out,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I think that's really cool. And that does kind of lead into what I know there. If anyone who follows Heartsick, there, I won't say controversy or incident, anything like that, but I did bring me to a very good question. I know you've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on like bands perceiving other bands as competition in the music industry?
Stupid. It's dumb. Like, I mean, like, I get why bands do it, because that's what we're taught. We're almost socially programmed to be like, well, this person has this, so now I'm in competition with that. And it's like you're not. There's no competition. It's like the only competition you have exists in your mind. Like, if we're on stage and you're looking at my band and you're going, well, I need to, screw that band. Like, they have all this, we don't have anything. It's like, or whatever it is. It's like, this isn't a competition. Like, it's all in tandem. We're all in unison. We're being told that we're not, to create discourse so that we continue to view each other as the competition or as the enemy, to continue to keep us sort of like fighting for scraps, while the people who have everything continue to keep having everything. So it's like, if as a band and as artists we collectively say, hey, I'm not in competition with you, you're not in competition with me, I love what you're doing, come hang out with us, cool, you come hang out with us too, let's just do this together, we can complete a better like task and world. And there's no reason for the idea that like you have to compete with Heartsick to get more fans. That's stupid. Just like, let's just have fun.
And I think honestly, to some degree, with that mentality, it kind of holds everybody down then, instead of like joining together and collaborating with people, or working with people. Nice catch. It just holds everyone to like a certain level, because
Well, yeah,
and I don't think that's right.
it also creates like a harbored resentment towards people and things, because you somehow feel like you're being overlooked, and it's just like, it just creates so many negative things that don't need to be there, because the reality is, it's like, there's no competition. Like, I am not going into the studio trying to write a better song than Silverchair or whatever band like you're thinking. Like, I'm there to write a song that I like, period, that our band likes, that we want to rock out to. I'm not in competition with anybody else. I'm not like, oh, did you listen to that new Architect song? Well, ours has got to be better than that, or if not, it's it's just not good enough. And it's like, That's a stupid mentality. Like they're architects. They're gonna do what they do what you do, and focus on what you do. You know.
Oh, exactly. Like no one's gonna, I think at least that you shouldn't try to be like, someone you're not. It should be the art you want to make.
Yeah.
Like no,
Straight up.
yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna make the art you want to make. Architect's gonna make the art they want to make, and so on and so on. But it's cool with like you and Heartsick because like I know, you guys always like share like different bands. That's how like I heard of like Rain Z.
Yeah.
You guys toured with them. Badass band, by the way.
Yeah. Great band.
So it's cool to me, like bands like sharing stuff about other bands. I think that's cool because I find new bands to listen to, and everybody wins at that point.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, everybody here in this band is a fan of music. Like I'm a fan of music. Waylon's a fan of music. Jared's a fan of music. Jake is a fan of music. Like we're all fans of music. So the idea that we wouldn't share what we like is kind of like almost ridiculous. And then to kind of circle it back around, it's like to share bands that are in our scene that we like is only good for everybody else. If we look at those bands and be like, well, we can't share them on our platform because they're just taking attention away from us, is like, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Like that's stupid too. Like, what's the point? Like, how do you think we got here in the first place? Like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and Rage Against the Machine and Limp Bizkit and Korn and whatever else, whatever you're listening to, like all those bands got there. They were all, I mean, like Rage Against the Machine and Tool were playing together. I mean, like, it's just like, what are we doing? Like, of course we're gonna share bands that we like. I don't care if I share a band that I like and somebody likes them more than us. Like, great. Like, that's not a bad thing. They're still gonna remember. They're gonna listen to that band and be like, oh, I remember I found out about this band because of Alfonso from Heartsick. Man, I haven't listened to Heartsick in a while. Let me go back and listen to that. Like, that's the mentality you should have. You shouldn't have the mentality of like, well, this is my thing and screw you. I'm not going to help you because it's going to take away, attention from me. And it's like, you're stupid.
No, exactly. Last thing, then I'll move on from this subject. But there's billions of people in this world, and everyone has time to listen to their favorite bands and discover new music, no matter where it's from. There's plenty of space for everyone who creates music.
Absolutely. There's tons of space. I mean, like never ending space. Exactly. Like there's something for, I mean, go to eBay. There's literally something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That applies to life.
Exactly. Life is just eBay in real life.
100%, bro. Like everybody's selling something. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like that line.
Straight up. Like you're selling yourself to me. I'm selling myself to you, and we're selling this to them. Like we're always selling ourselves, always. So the idea that we should limit how we sell ourselves by only making it about us is dumb.
Well said. Very well said. Now, I could talk about this a lot because it's how I personally feel as well. But I did want to cover one, I think, very cool topic. So last time I spoke to you was like March of last year. So it's been about a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
And between that time, you actually you became a new father.
Yes.
Between that time.
Yep.
So how has that impacted your life? Were you ready to become a parent? Because I know my parents told me that you're never quite ready. So were you?
I don't think you're ever ready. Like I'm 40. I've lived a whole life of interesting experiences. This is just a new experience, which requires me to be a little bit more grounded in certain things in my life. But you're never ready to be a parent, man. Like and the reason why I say you're never ready to be a parent, it's because you live your life so long, at least in my case, you live your life so long, not like having this responsibility, and then it's there. That's a huge adjustment for anybody, man. Like, and adjustments like that can be said from maybe you had an accident and you had, a TBI, a traumatic brain injury, that now you have to readjust. All the same things, right? It's these big changes in your life that you have to adjust to. You're never ready for things like that. You're never ready to become a paraplegic. You're never ready to become a parent. You're never ready to become some superstar where you can't even go outside. Like all those things are within the same sort of wheelhouse. So being a parent is just wild, man. It's like there's nothing that can explain it correctly unless you actually experience it, because it all sounds super, super cliche.
No, I really like how you said that. And for you, for being a parent, do you approach things in life differently now because you are a parent?
Some things, yeah, for sure. I definitely approach some things differently as a parent because I begin to think about the responsibility bestowed upon me to help. Uh, what's the word? To help create this new being that's going to be contributing to this world for them to contribute positively, right? So there's a lot of things that now I take into consideration because now it's not just about me, it's about him as well, it's about my wife as well. You know, it's about how he is going to contribute to society and what he has to offer to himself and see himself in the way that I see him, which is beautiful, right? So I look at things a lot differently now in certain aspects for sure.
I really like how you answered that too, because not you are not just thinking about yourself. You also have to take into account him and his impact on the world
Yeah.
too, and obviously with a positive impact with everything as well.
Mhm.
So there's definitely a lot to consider. Like I'm not a parent myself, but I can definitely understand that, and hear my parents talk about me sometimes. I can definitely understand that.
For sure. For sure.
But have you well, how many sleepless nights have you had, or has it been pretty good?
You know, it's been pretty good, man. I gotta say, like, my wife is a trooper. My wife handles a lot of that stuff because I work two jobs and I'm pretty inundated with trying to make, a financial contribution to our family so that it stays afloat. But for the most part, it hasn't been. There's some people that have nightmare situations with kids just don't want to sleep when they're babies. That hasn't been us, thankfully. It's been what I would assume is pretty normal.
That's
Wake up
good.
and cry in the middle of the night for a little bit, go to bed, and then they're good.
No, definitely. I do. I wish the best for you and your family and the newborn as well.
Thanks, man.
I do. I got one more question. I'll be wrapping this up because I know you're gonna be very busy today. But you're originally born in Miami, correct?
Miami, Florida. No, I was not born in
Oh,
Miami, Florida. I was raised in Miami, Florida. I was born in Puerto Rico.
okay.
Yeah, so I was raised in Miami, and then I was born in Puerto Rico.
Okay. So my apologies.
No, you're good.
But so most of your childhood's in Miami, or part of
Uh,
Puerto Rico.
Kind of, right?
Okay.
So I was born in Puerto Rico, and then I moved to the Dominican Republic after I was born, and I was in the Dominican Republic till I was about 4 years old, and then I moved to Germany
Oh, I
because
didn't
my
know
dad
that.
was in the army, and then I moved to Germany, and then from Germany I moved to the States when I was about 5, and then we finally settled in Miami when I was 6. So I was in Miami from when I was 6
Okay.
till I was 17, and then I graduated high school and went to college. So
Okay.
so yeah, like I guess like part of my life I wasn't really raised anywhere. I just traveled. But from 6 and on, that was developed.
Okay, that's actually real cool. I didn't know. I actually didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
But my question does still remain the same. What is one aspect of the culture in Miami that you miss the most?
Oh, dude, there's so much to miss, man. I guess what I miss the most culturally is, bro, obviously the food. I think, like over here, like you really can't get a lot of the stuff that you can get down there. Like, well, you can, like you can go to the stores and like buy it,
It's not the
but
same.
then you have to like make it. You know what I'm saying? As to where like down there, like if I want to go get like an empanada, I can just like go to the corner store and get that. Or if I wanted to like a pastel de guayaba, I can go like out there and go get that too. You know, so I miss the cultural aspect of the food, but I also miss the cultural aspect of like the people because it's such a melting pot of people. Um, and there's just a certain type you always know when somebody's from Miami. Like if you're from Miami, you know somebody's from Miami. Like if somebody was watching this shit right now, like they would for sure know that I'm from Miami because of how like I talk, right? Like that's just like a thing. So like I miss that sort of cultural uh familiarity for sure.
Yeah, Dev, I have not been to Miami, and I do want to go there because my dad went there for business. I
That's
believe
awesome.
February last year. He went during the winter time, and I was so jealous.
It's a good place to go during winter.
It was for business, but he's like it's a very diverse culture down there, and he really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
yeah, it very much is, man. There's Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian, Brazilian, Nicaraguan, like everybody's down there, bro. Everybody.
Yeah, it's also funny. I mentioned my dad. He just texted me, asked me how I'm doing. So if you're watching, Dad, hi, how's it going? I'm doing good, by the way. But Alfonso, as I wrap up this interview, now you did something really cool last night, and it's not on the internet anymore because I know you had to take it down, obviously, because you didn't want to share the music out there. But some people who tuned in late last night had the opportunity to listen to some new Heartsick. By the way, it sounded badass.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I was really impressed with it.
Thank you.
That does lead me into, so what are the plans for Heartsick for the rest of this year, but also into 2023?
So we just got done in the studio again. In the last 3 years, we recorded 22 songs with our producer, Josh Schroeder. Some of the songs are already out, Vice City, Where the Trees Touch the Sun, the Cinco EP. So right now we've got Michigan Metal Fest that we're doing, and then we are doing Rust Fest, Rock for Vets, Ire Fest. Then we go out on the road with Dropout Kings for 2 days. Then we come back, and then we go do a tour down to Florida because we end up playing in Orlando for Central Florida Metal Fest. And then we come back up, we hit Louder Than Life, and then we head out west to go do Aftershock. And then after that, we'll probably have the winter off from like November all the way to like February, March, and then we'll pick it back up. And in between that, we're releasing like 2 or 3 videos, another couple, 2 or 3 singles. So yeah, and then I think we have in between all of that, we're doing an EP again. So
very nice. I definitely look forward to everything you guys have in the works. Congrats on getting added to Aftershock.
Oh,
I'm
thank you
very
so
happy
much.
for you guys.
Thank you very much.
And for all the
Thank you,
support
thank
you
you.
guys have, Heartsick
you.
has received.
Thank
you guys,
you so much, bro.
you guys work your ass off. Like,
Thank you.
I can see it. Like every time I see you guys, you're always working, you're always hustling, but you also have time to talk to people and hang out with people. And I think that is a very valuable aspect.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It's all about getting to know people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. So I'm gonna let you go. Obviously, you got a busy day, as do I. So Alfonso, always a fun time hanging out with you. Had a really great time chatting with you, and I look forward to rocking out. He'll be with I Decide I at 2:00. Plus, Heartsick takes the stage at 4:15.
See ya.
For Alfonso of Heartsick, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas.
There goes my phone.
I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. He dropped his phone. We got to go, so stay frosty.